Dan, the voice behind his Exploring with Fighters, is known for his bold adventures into places steeped in history, mystery, and alleged paranormal activity. Alongside his friend Flex, he set out for an overnight investigation in one of England's most infamous locations, the Screaming Woods. Locals warn people not to enter after dark, claiming the forest is cursed by restless spirits. Some even post signs and block paths to keep curious explorers away. But that only made Dan and Flex more determined to find out the truth for themselves.
Okay, so we're at the Screaming Forest right now. This place is apparently the most haunted forest in the UK. I've been here once before with the overnight crew and stuff kicked off. We are camping here. We're camping overnight, but there's only me and Flex. Now, we do have a spare tent and sleeping bag inside the roof box. Catch me there, you already know. But right now, we're just packing up. We have a ton of stuff, and that's why we need that extra person as well, because look at state. I've got so much firewood. I've got like 4 bags and sleeping bags and tents, and we might take a quilt because it is going to be -degrees tonight. So, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to this. It looks like it might have just genuinely fallen. Oh no, it's not. Nope, it's been cut. It's been cut purposely to destroy this entrance. They don't want people going inside of the woods for some reason. So you ready for this?
I was ready. I've got the cable ties.
Oh, you got the cable ties. Honestly, I don't know how we're going to carry all this, but it's that wood, it's heavy as hell.
Their preparation for the night was extensive. They packed heavy firewood, tents, sleeping bags, and a full range of paranormal investigation gear, from REM pods and motion-activated cat balls to CCTV cameras mounted high in the trees. Even reaching the forest wasn't easy. They discovered the entrance had been deliberately obstructed, as if someone didn't want anyone going in. Still, they pushed forward, setting up camp deep within the woods. Once darkness fell, the forest revealed its true nature. It began with distant screams, faint at first, then clearer. The sound echoed through the trees, sharp and human-like.
Tesco's bags are invincible. I'm trying to break it.
If that was an answer to bag, it would snap.
I know. The hell?
Right, so while I'm putting this up, I will tell you, we might not, well we might do, we might venture off a little bit, but we're going to conduct most of the night from the tent. I'm going to place CCTV cameras on the trees. I'm going to screw them to the trees. I'm also going to put REM pods and other devices around the tents. I'm going to set up a basically perimeter of REM pods. I think I have 3 REM pods. So I'm going to set them up in a triangle formation and other devices as well.
Almighty screams. Now it could be just kids messing around, but we still are quite early. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, so I'm assuming that's what it is.
Hopefully. If it isn't, then
Bro, it could just be kids messing around, but there's still screaming coming from in the woods.
Yeah.
At first, they assumed it was a prank, maybe someone trying to scare them off. But as the night went on, the screams changed, turning into deep, mournful wails that seemed to come from different directions. Then their equipment began to react. The REM pods flashed. The cat balls lit up and rolled as if something unseen was brushing past them. The devices formed a perimeter around their camp, and it soon became clear that something was moving within it.
Keep an eye on it. We keep hearing a man wailing. But
yeah,
one there.
There.
One there. Oh no, right, the REM pod just went off a bit then. And that, oh, there we go. And the cat ball's going off. Won't stop.
Attempting to communicate, Dan and Flex began asking questions. "Are you male?" they asked. The REM pod instantly activated. "Did you die here? Were you found hanging?" At the last question, the device's light glowed bright red, its highest reading. Dan immediately recalled the local legend of a school teacher found hanging in these woods centuries ago. When they asked if it was the teacher's spirit, the pod flashed again, an apparent confirmation. The interaction grew even stranger. When asked to stop the cat ball from flashing, it did. Instantly. When asked if it needed help or was trapped, the devices pulsed with intensity. It was as if the entity was responding intelligently, communicating through the modern technology meant to detect it. Intrigued and unnerved, Dan and Flex decided to take things a step further.
Did you die in these woods?
Died in the woods. The atmosphere has changed here.
Alright then, I've got a question for you that'll amp this up a bit. Were you found in a tree, hanging? Oh.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, it's right on it, bro. That's right on it. That's red. Flashing red. It's very rare it does that.
What's that mean?
It means it's like literally on it. Holy shit.
Were you a teacher?
A teacher?
Yeah, I'll tell you in a minute why. I've said that. Were you with... Oh.
It's on it again. Whatever you're doing, you're causing a reaction here. Because, what do you mean a teacher?
Right, so I happen to know that there's... I'm pretty sure there's 11 or 13 ghosts in this village, right? And one of them in Screaming Woods was a school teacher, a local school teacher, and he was found one day while he was meant to be in school. He was found in the forest, hung by the pupils that he taught at the school.
Really?
So if that's you that's here, could you set that off again? I don't mean any harm. I'm just interested to find out if you are still here. Oh,
there we go. Bro, you can see the way he did it. It like literally grabbed it, because it went through all the colours and then grabbed it.
Oh.
Whoa, it's getting closer.
Can you stop that, please? Stop.
Well, it stopped the cat ball. Someone else here. Or if you need help, or... I mean, do you need help? Oh shit. Oh, bro. It flicked for all of them. It's gone. Why would it tell us that it needs help and then leave?
It understands what they are, and it is using them to respond to us.
Which is weird if you think about it, because don't forget, if this truly was that teacher, and he died in the 1800s, how the hell would he know what they are?
Maybe, because remember where we are, and remember how many people come and try and do this.
Leaving their campsite behind, they ventured deeper into the dense forest with only night vision and flashlights. The temperature dropped sharply. They felt surrounded, as if eyes were watching from every direction. Whispers and echoes followed them, but no visible figure appeared. Eventually, feeling the tension rise, they made their way back to camp. Even as they tried to sleep, the forest refused to rest. Faint wails and muffled voices carried through the night, too distant to understand, yet too distinct to ignore.
So, and the only thing that we're going to have a torch with us. Feels like we've been watched from numerous angles. Yeah.
Yeah, just the way it's laid out. It's like, I don't know, it is really cold.
Very dense.
Yeah. Just feels different.
It's like an eerie silence, but knowing something is here.
But there is an echo.
There's a horribly cold breeze coming from here. I mean, we've heard that maybe it's just one of the things you can't get it to do on command. Maybe it's just a...
By morning, cold and exhausted, the two began packing up. While they hadn't witnessed any physical apparitions, the intelligent responses from their devices, especially those connected to the legend of the hanging teacher, left them shaken. The Screaming Woods had lived up to its name. Their overnight investigation didn't deliver the dramatic visuals they expected.
Yeah, me too.
I've left all the equipment running, even the REM pod and that. Everything's over there. Music box is still out. Everything's out. Fire's dying down. It's looking a lot darker around us. Put that light there.
If I hear anything and you're still asleep, I'll wake you up.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna shut the main compartment. Just this netting. Just like falling asleep, I could hear things in the distance, like wailing noises.
Did you hear that mumbling?
Yeah. What was that?
Like a distant mumbling.
Yeah.
Noise. Ages ago, when I think I was walking around on my own.
But what they heard and recorded was far more chilling. Something intelligent, something aware, had been with them that night, and it seemed to be crying out for help. This footage comes from Exploring with Angelo. This time, Angelo made a decision he normally avoids. Instead of staying near the safety of the hill, he pushed deeper into the dark, isolated woods of Happy Valley, searching for answers about the sinister presence people claim lurks there. But from the moment he arrived, it felt like the forest was already waiting for him.
A while, we're back at Happy Valley. If you guys know this place, you know how freaking scary it gets here at night. I've actually managed to make it with some daylight. So basically what we're going to do for now at least is we're going to go a little bit further in. I'm very curious because we almost never get the daylight, first of all, when we're here. And second of all, I've never really been past that point where we always end up turning. So we're going to go further down. Maybe I'll find another spot that's workable to camp out at tonight. As far as here, this is where we usually turn into. But like I said, I think it makes more sense to just keep going in there and investigate, see what the heck is there. Well, not really investigate, but explore it. That was like a whistle or something. What the hell? But it sounded like, it literally sounded almost like a referee whistle. Strange. Okay, now I'm hearing people. I don't know if there's hikers right now. Normally where I park, if there is somebody hiking, you would see other cars there, but there's none. So I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's keep going. I swear I keep hearing like people down there, but I don't see anybody.
An unnatural whistle suddenly echoed through the silence. The parking lot was completely empty, yet Angelo couldn't shake the feeling that something else was nearby. A crushing sense of dread settled over him, as if an invisible force was trying to stop him from moving forward. Then, out of nowhere, a horrifying human scream for help erupted from somewhere deep in the trees before disappearing just as quickly.
Okay, that was a person. That was 100% a person. They just screamed. Hello? I also just realized my microphone settings were off, so I might sound a little wonky, but sorry guys. I don't see anyone. Who the hell keeps calling out? That was weird because it sounds literally like it was back where we just came from. Okay. Strange. Let's get up there and see if we see anything, I guess.
Angelo called out into the darkness, but the forest answered only with silence and wind. It felt as though the woods themselves were imitating human voices, trying to lure him deeper into the valley. Hoping for answers, he turned on the spirit box. Through the static, a chilling voice emerged with a warning he couldn't ignore. 300 years, get out.
Our usual... The f*** was that? The heck? Like I legit like felt it like from behind kinda. I mean I didn't have my back on it, I don't think. Let's run a spirit box for a second. I'm gonna use a device that you can communicate with me through. You can pick words. if you want to. You know, I do believe that people who've passed on tend to go back to, you know, certain places that they used to go when they were alive. So this could be one of them. Like, I was recently talking about this with a nurse at the hospital that my grandmother's staying at, and he basically said the same thing. Like, one of the hospitals that he worked at.
I've been here 300 years.
Okay. 300 years, so that would be 2000, so 1700s? That does make sense, actually. This is a pioneer area. Can you tell us how you died? Wouldn't mind maybe speaking to Kirk.
Get out.
Why did it say it like that? Switches from heavy and anxious back that way to, I don't even know how to describe it, like dangerous. Like, it feels, like, I kid you not, it feels like there's almost like a barrier. Like something is stopping me or trying to stop me. That I heard something. But yeah, something feels like it's trying to stop me from going further. Is there something here? That was back at the camp. Sounded like. I feel weird over here too. It's like kind of what I'm feeling right now is like a weird like pressure on my head, specifically my right ear right now. I don't know what that is. It almost feels like as if something's squeezing on my skull. Every time I get to this point, I literally just want to turn back. Like, that spot's already scary enough. What's doing that? Alright, screw it, let's go back. Oh! What was that? Something just like stomped right behind me. Fuck. That was creepy. Creepy and loud. The fuck? What was that noise? I definitely heard something.
From that moment on, the atmosphere became unbearable. A sudden wave of pressure slammed into his head, followed by a loud, heavy stomp directly behind him, close enough to make him jump. Throughout the night, dark shapes seemed to move along the tree line, while disturbing groans echoed around his tent as he struggled to sleep. By 4:30 in the morning, Angelo had enough. He packed up and fled Happy Valley, leaving whatever dark presence haunted those woods behind him. Welcome to the Woods, UK is a channel built on a deep love for wild camping and bushcraft. Its creator, Carl, finds comfort in the quiet corners of the British woodlands, where solitude and simplicity shape every moment. His videos are normally calm and reflective, slow breaths of nature captured on camera. But on February 26th, 2024, that peace shattered. A series of disturbing events transformed his familiar refuge into a place marked by fear, confusion, and unanswered questions. It started with what should have been a routine visit to his long-term project, a small cabin he'd spent countless hours building from broken pallets hauled deep into the forest.
I'm glad I caught that on video, to be honest with you, and had I not been out hunting with my catapult, I probably wouldn't have come through here. I was just coming through just to check on things. I know there's a lot of deer in these woods. I did have one creepy night back in January, hence why I was building the cabin. There's a lot of strange things that happen in here. To be honest with you, that doesn't look like a lot of work that's laying on the floor there, but back at the yard, 50, 60 pallets out in the rain, breaking them down with a pallet breaker, denailing them, getting everything cut to size ready to bring in, because everything's been manually brought in by hand. It's just been on the shoulder and brought in. So
when he arrived, the sight stopped him cold. The cabin, his sanctuary, his pride, his progress, had been completely destroyed. Shock and anger hit first, but they were quickly drowned out by a far more chilling thought. Who or what had done this? Searching for answers, Carl collected footage from the 6 trail cameras he'd set up around the area. Hours of wildlife clips went by before he finally found something that made his stomach drop.
I'm absolutely shattered. I spent most of yesterday night looking through trail cam footage. Cameras 1 to 6 that are out in that woodland have been brought in, and yesterday evening I spent from about 8 o'clock all the way to early hours sifting through from camera 1 to camera 6.
On 2 separate days, a strange figure appeared near his cabin, a dark shape lurking at night, someone in camouflage during the day. The landowner confirmed no one else had permission to be in those woods. That revelation only deepened the unease. Determined to uncover the truth, Carl packed his gear and headed back into the forest.
It's got darker a lot quicker than what I thought it would, and it's drawn in pitch black, inky black. I'm almost on top of the site of cabin number 2. That is where cabin number 2 is, or was, should I say. You should all remember, it should be put together by now. I was proper agitated that someone had done this to that.
As dusk settled, frustration drove him toward the ruins of his cabin, but suddenly a sharp crack sliced through the silence. The unmistakable sound of wood splitting, as if someone nearby was chopping with an axe. Fear washed over him, so intense he turned back and left for the night.
I don't know if you can hear it. I didn't see anything, but I could hear like wood splitting, like as in like someone chopping wood, like with an axe or something. Right, okay. I don't think that's got anything to do with poachers, that noise. That's pretty much what happened to me last January.
But he wasn't ready to give up his woods. A few days later, he returned, this time prepared to stay.
So I'm basically going to be setting up my OEX tent right here where you see now. I have got a little gadget to set up as well tonight, just so that I can sleep a little.
He pitched his tent beside the destroyed cabin and set up a tripwire alarm connected to a loud gate siren, determined not to be caught off guard.
So this is the little gadget I'm going to be using tonight to let me know if there's anyone about after dark. It's basically a gate alarm that farmers use. It's a 1-inch cartridge, 12 bore, non-lethal. There's no way it can hurt anyone unless you actually put your face to it, which in that case there's a little plate that covers it over. I'm going to strap that to a tree and then run a trip line all the way around the immediate vicinity of my camp at about waist height. If that pin gets pulled from there because of the trip line being activated, this will let a charge off and it will hopefully either scare away whatever it is that's creeping about, and it will wake me up. So that's it, all set. If this is pulled out, that will release this trigger, which will then fall down onto the cartridge and make a loud bang. I'm now going to trace this around the trees at about waist height and then completely activate this during the night time.
As darkness fell and heavy rain hammered the forest, he settled in with tension coiled in his chest, and then, deep in the night, he he woke to sounds outside, not the alarm, footsteps, slow, deliberate, and then a loud banging from somewhere about 40 yards away. Frozen inside his tent, he listened. The tripwire stayed silent, meaning whatever was out there knew how to keep its distance.
I've not got a clue what that noise was. There's about 8 different noises, sound like someone was walking around about 40 yards away. I had no bang off of the alarm, but definitely a banging in the woods.
Circling him from just beyond his defenses. Was it the same figure from the trail cam? Was the person who destroyed his cabin now stalking him through the trees? No clear answer has ever surfaced. And while Carl's determination is undeniable, his story is a chilling reminder that in the wilderness, you're never truly alone, and you never really know who might be sharing the woods with you. Bun, better known online as Camp Like On, is a Belgian outdoorsman who combines 2 things he loves most: spending time in nature and turning those adventures into beautifully edited videos. His stealth camping trips are usually calm, peaceful, and uneventful. But in February of 2023, one of those trips took an unexpected turn, so unsettling that it forced him to abandon the campsite immediately. The video began like any of his others, a familiar intro, some exploring, and nothing out of the ordinary. Bun wandered through the area, showing viewers an impressively built bridge over the water, before choosing a quiet spot beside the river to set up camp. After settling in, he scouted the surroundings just to be sure he was alone. Everything seemed perfectly normal. A few hours later, he started cooking dinner over a small fire. Sausages, fish, beans, a simple camp meal. But just as he finished preparing everything, something caught his eye. Something that made his stomach drop. Beyond the tree line, a car had appeared, its headlights still on, and then 2 tall, dark figures stepped out, each holding flashlights. Startled and unsure who these people were, Bun ducked behind a patch of bushes, staying as low and quiet as possible while keeping his camera rolling. His heart was pounding. He had no idea what these men wanted, or why they were approaching the woods at this hour. For a moment, it looked like the danger had passed. The car turned around and drove off. Bun exhaled in shaky relief. But it didn't last long. Seconds later, the vehicle returned and took another path, one that led directly beside where he was hiding. With each step the men took, Bun could hear his own breathing getting louder. They were getting closer, much closer. A few minutes later, they found him. But the truth ended up being far less sinister than what his imagination had prepared him for.
beginnen met een heel valslijf van bijvoorbeeld kamperen. Ja, heel grote verboden door mijn bosweg, dus er kan een heel gestresseerd proces gebouwd kunnen worden in de natuur.
The two men were police officers responding to an anonymous call about someone camping illegally in the woods. Bun placed his camera on the ground and recorded the entire encounter. The officers eventually left, but not before taking two of his cameras, and even his passport, with them to the station, claiming it was to ensure he would show up later. When Bun arrived at the station, he finally got an explanation. What he was doing was illegal, but they decided to let him off with a warning. Still, the message was clear. If he ever attempted a stealth camp there again, the consequences would be far more serious. Todd Champion is the creator behind Camping with Champion, a channel built on the thrill of stealth camping in just about any place you can imagine. Todd never claims to be a professional, but no matter where he goes, he always manages to turn each trip into a fun, lighthearted adventure. At least, until this campout. Because on this night, Todd's long streak of smooth stealth missions would finally break, and he'd find himself face to face with something he never expected. It was August 30th, 2025. Todd's plan was simple. Slip into a small hidden spot right beside the highway, tucked between a cluster of trees, and stay the night undetected. Before committing, he dropped his backpack inside the area, then hopped back on his scooter to circle around and make sure no one else was hanging nearby. He rode for a while, keeping an eye on the surroundings and watching for any signs of trouble. Everything seemed completely empty. When darkness finally settled in and still no one appeared, Todd figured he was in the clear. He headed back toward his hidden spot without a worry. But he was wrong. Someone else had been there.
I am back in my spot. Oh my gosh. Thought I saw someone. I'm back in my spot. That same guy that I saw earlier when I went to check the dumpsters was back again. I was just trying to get some cool shots riding the scooter or whatever, and he just popped up out of nowhere. And then he started asking me he's like, do you need me to help you film or something like that? Did I want him to hold the camera or something? I was like, no, I'm good. Then he was like, where are you camping at? And I was just like, just down the road. I shouldn't even have said that much, but. And then he asked me if I wanted someone else to camp with you. What? Dude. What the crap? That was nuts.
Not long after returning, Todd encountered a man who immediately set off his instincts. Todd tried to shake it off with a nervous laugh and stuck to his normal routine, gathering his gear and preparing dinner. A bacon cheese cheeseburger and a sweet corn soda. But even as he cooked, he kept scanning the trees, jumpy, uneasy, almost like he was waiting for something. And he was right to be nervous, because before he even finished eating, the same strange man from earlier suddenly crawled right through the entrance of his campsite. This time, the encounter was far more unsettling.
I'm gonna finish eating, then we'll read comments from last week's video. That guy's back. You hungry?
No.
I got a sandwich here.
I was just walking around until daylight.
Really?
I'm back 5 times in my life. I've been stabbed, I've been hanged 3 times. Each time they hang me for about dead and I have to go.
Yeah.
The man began rambling, saying bizarre things about all the times he's died and what happened afterward. Todd stayed calm, but the fear was obvious. Not knowing what this man might do, he kept one of his tools close by for reassurance, just in case he needed to protect himself. But then the tone shifted. In between the strange rambling, the man started asking Todd normal questions.
Anything?
I got 4 kids.
How old?
Twin boys, 13, 2 girls, 16 and 15.
I got 2 boys.
Well, don't miss the little things in life. They're still growing up, man. I miss mine.
I used to be a truck driver and I quit because my kids were little. Trying to do this, maybe I can do something better, you know.
Did you someone with you to help you do it?
My wife. I've been married for 15 years. Before I met my wife, dude, I was bad. And I probably wouldn't still be around if I hadn't met my wife.
Who he was, what he was doing out there, almost as if trying to hold a genuine conversation. Still, something felt deeply off. The unease never went away. And when the man suddenly asked if he could borrow Todd's phone to text his family, that uneasy feeling solidified into something heavier. With shaking hands, hunched over and fidgeting, the man typed out a message to someone.
That way. Or if they call. Good meeting you, brother.
For nearly 20 minutes he stayed there, talking, muttering, rambling about one thing after another. Finally, he stood up to leave, pausing at the exit of the campsite to give one last unsettling glance before disappearing into the dark. Todd immediately began packing. There was no way he was staying after that man now knew exactly where he was hiding.
So he just left. I'm packing up my stuff and I'm getting out of here. We talked for a while. He seems like a good guy, but there's no way I'm staying here now. No way. I'll check back in once I get packed up. He came back again while I was packing up. Just showed me some little fan, rechargeable fan thing he had. It was really small. It's kind of neat. But I can see him walking down the highway now. I'm getting out of here. We'll talk more once I get somewhere I feel safe.
But before Todd could finish packing, the man came back one final time. This time, just to say goodbye. And to show Todd a small handheld fan he had brought with him. Todd actually felt bad for him. He even offered food, though the man refused. Still, Todd stayed cautious, making sure the man understood he didn't want any trouble. Thankfully, nothing else happened. But the next day, Todd searched for the man online. And what he discovered was far more disturbing than anything that happened that night in the woods.
Because since that happened, I was actually able to look the guy up, and I found some charges from last month where he was arrested. So I'm thinking he probably had just gotten out of jail and was wandering around. He may not be completely homeless, I don't know. But he told me he had PTSD, and then sometimes he didn't know what he was doing, like he would lose control, thinking he was in war. Said he'd been banned from Walmart for having episodes in there. So it's like I couldn't, I really didn't want to be out there with him if he goes into one of these episodes. I have no idea if any of that was true or not. All I can do is take him on his word, you know?
Eric is the type of creator who is always searching for something unusual. His channel focuses on urban exploration, abandoned buildings, forgotten structures, and places most people would normally pass without a second thought. But this time was different. He wasn't alone. He brought his friend Veronica, and together they decided to try something neither of them had experienced before. It was the summer of 2020, when an app called Randonautica was gaining attention online. The idea was simple. It generated random coordinates, and you went to see what was there. During the COVID lockdowns, when people were stuck at home, it became a way to explore the outside world again. For some, it led to empty fields or quiet parks. For others, it led to places they later wished they had never found. The coordinates the app gave them pointed deep into the mountains, far from home and far from any sign of civilization. With lockdowns still in effect, the roads were completely empty as they drove deeper into the wilderness, following nothing but a pin on a screen. When they finally arrived, the atmosphere shifted immediately.
Holy crap, guys. Randonautica took us to a wrong turn.
Baby, what is that?
There's what? Don't tell me it's here. What the Are you serious right now? Wait, did you hear that?
Was that a dog?
No freaking way, did you hear that?
Yeah, I did hear that. It sounded like a baby sound, like a doll sound, like you know those little kids that play with like...
Yo, check this place out, guys. What?
There's no way this thing about is here.
We're literally in Desert Dot Island. That's what it looks like. Look at yeah, because I mean, like we're in the desert type of thing.
the mountains. What the hell is this? Wait, what does this say?
It says...
Oh, it's in Spanish. Alright, so right off the bat, guys, we got a bunch of dolls here just laying around this fence. Yo, look at that.
Look, they look burnt. Look at this.
There was an unexplainable heaviness to the place, something that felt wrong before they even understood why. Dozens of dolls were hanging across the property, old, weathered, some burned, others missing limbs, all tied to fences and posts like deliberate markers. Strange signs were scattered throughout the area, and one in particular stopped them cold. Written in Spanish, it read, "This land belongs to the Witch of Danger. My eyes are watching you. Stay. I have the footprints of your feet. I'm going to make you walk naked and crazy." A message like that, nailed to a fence in the middle of nowhere, carries a very specific kind of unease. Not like a horror movie, but something far more real, something that makes you question who left it there and whether they might still be close. Then came the voices, faint at first, drifting through the air from somewhere beyond the trees.
Full of dolls. Do you guys see that?
I think a witch lives here.
Okay, there's something very odd happening right now. Something very odd going on right now. Here, take over real quick. Don't drop it. Make sure to keep it steady. Keep it steady.
Somebody's talking. What's over there?
Wait, why is...
There's literally nothing here.
Why did this specific Ronda Nautica app took us here?
Well, because our intent was something creepy.
What if this is like witchcraft type of thing?
Look, they even have hair. Oh, that lizard. Look, they even put hair on it. Or a wig or whatever.
Whoever did this is clearly out of this world because...
What is that? A house over there?
It's probably abandoned. Oh, look, there's a tractor right there. It's abandoned too. I don't know.
As they moved deeper, they noticed something else. Scarecrow-like figures standing in places where there was no farm, no crops, and no logical reason for anything to be placed at all. Beyond them sat a small shed. As they approached for a closer look, they saw someone nearby. No warning, no explanation. Just a sudden presence in the distance. Instinct took over immediately. They turned and ran back to the car without stopping. After the footage was uploaded, viewers debated it heavily. Some tried to locate the place on maps, but came up empty. There was no known history, no local legend, nothing that explained the hundreds of dolls or the strange arrangement of objects across the land. Theories ranged from missing children to something tied to ritual symbolism, but nothing could be confirmed. What remained clear was that the setup wasn't random. It looked deliberate, intentional, and carefully arranged. And the strangest part was how an app meant to generate random coordinates placed them directly in the middle of it. That's the detail that stayed with people the most. They never went back, and after that experience, it wasn't hard to understand why. This encounter comes from Mo Sari, the fearless creator behind his self-titled channel, known for taking viewers deep into abandoned places and bringing chilling stories to life on camera. But on the night of June 16th, 2022, that thrill of exploration turned into something far more real. That night, Mo returned to the Sandcastle Resort, a decaying, long-abandoned complex hidden in the Dominican Republic. He was alone, carrying nothing but a GoPro and a single flashlight. And for once, there was a feeling he couldn't ignore. Vulnerability. This time, fear didn't feel like something he could simply capture and move past.
What's up guys, I'm Sargi. Welcome back to another video. It is super duper late at nighttime right now and I'm here all by myself I'm back to the Sandcastle Resort. If you guys remember last winter, I came to this resort, explored it with my friend Ivan, and now I'm bored. And it's like I'm here on vacation in the Dominican. I'm really bored. Shadi is back home, and I want to explore this resort because I caught something in my video that you guys pointed out to me throughout the video. Something. Look at this. Look at this view behind me. How cool is this? This is not like the most epic thing ever. Big buildings, abandoned, just sitting here left to rot. Fell out of the window. There's something paranormal here and I wanted to investigate it. Now there have been murders here in the past. We did run into this drug dealer here in the past as well, so I don't know what to expect. I'm here by myself. All I have is a GoPro with me. I don't have my actual main camera. I accidentally forgot my memory card at home, which really sucks.
He had come back for a reason. In his previous video, viewers noticed something strange, an unexplained object falling from a window. The moment sparked curiosity and concern. Combined with the resort's dark history, rumors of past violence, and even a previous encounter with a dangerous individual, it created the kind of mystery Mo couldn't walk away from. So he went back. Stepping into the ruins, the atmosphere felt heavy.
I don't know. I hear a cat meowing. There's bats everywhere. Hello? Ooh, there's a big old bat right there. I'm hearing music too, which is interesting. There's no one here. Music's probably coming from the beaches. Down on the beaches, people have parties. And, you know, the sound travels on the water. So I'm pretty sure it was this building here. Fell out of this window. So I'm going to go upstairs, check it out and see if there's anything upstairs. Something paranormal, something creepy. Let's go up inside and check it out. Man, I'm hearing some weird cat noises up in this place. I feel like I'm being followed. I hope. Hey kitty, where are you? Alright, cats are kind of a bad sign in the darkness and abandoned places in my culture. It could indicate a jinn, because cats do kind of transform. But right now I'm going into the resort. This is called the Sandcastle Resort.
The deeper he moved into the crumbling buildings, the more the silence seemed to shift into something alive. Faint music echoed in the distance. Then the sound of cats, sharp, unnatural, bouncing through the hollow structure. It was enough to unsettle him. In his culture, cats in abandoned places are sometimes believed to signal something more. Something unseen. Still, he pressed forward. His focus remained on the building where the object had fallen. But with every step, a new feeling crept in.
Kinda gotta be careful here. Because there are... What the fuck is that? Oh, what is that? Hello? Oh, what the f... Hey man, I don't mean any trouble, bro. He's got a machete. Hey, I don't mean any trouble, man. Oh, what the f... I need a rock or something. Yo, I don't mean any trouble, bro. Yo, there's a guy with a machete. There's a guy with...
The unmistakable sensation of being watched, followed, and then, without warning, a figure emerged from the darkness. Inside a narrow, debris-covered corridor, Mo suddenly came face to face with a man, swinging a machete wildly. His movements were erratic, unstable, completely unhinged.
Oh no, please, yo, dude, why do you... Bro, bro, I got a rock. Don't f with me, I got a rock. Shit. Guys, where the f I go? Shit, there's a guy with a f machete coming. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm being chased by someone in an abandoned resort. If I die today, there's a guy with a fucking machete. If I die today, I'm filming a video here. I'm not trying to hurt anyone.
Bro, I don't mean any. Shit. Yo, shit. Yo, dude, chill. Dude, chill. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, I'm keeping my lights off. What the fuck? Shit. Oh, shit. Yo, chill. Oh, he's on crack. Oh, my light. Oh, he's on crack. Oh, what the f? Where do I go? Oh, no. Oh. Dude. Chill. Yo, chill, man. Oh. Bro, I'm just filming a video. Chill. Dude, chill. I'm just filming a video. Hey, calm down. What the f? Stop swinging that f***ing machete, man. Oh.
Mo immediately tried to de-escalate, telling him he meant no harm, but the man didn't respond. Instead, he charged. What followed was a chaotic, desperate chase through the collapsing resort. Mo ran through tight corridors and broken passageways, the sound of footsteps and steel cutting through the air just behind him. Panic set in. Every turn felt like a dead end. Every second stretched thinner as the distance between them closed. At one point, Mo even considered jumping between buildings just to escape.
Yo, man. Yo, bro, chill. Chill. I'm not trying to hurt you, man. Man, what the hell's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
I'm not doing anything.
Man, you come to my house. Why would you do
This is an abandoned resort. It's not your f***ing house. Bro, screw off. Dude, I'll give you money. Chill.
I don't need money.
F*** off. Then f*** off then. Seriously. F*** off. How about that? No, seriously. F*** off. You can f*** off. You ain't gonna do shit. You're all tough with a f***ing machete. No, you're just... Bro, I'll hook you up with whatever you want. Dude, just drop the machete and fight me like a man if you want to fight.
Calm down, motherfucker.
Drop the machete and fight me like a man.
Cut your head now.
Bro, you ain't gonna cut shit off. Bro, this guy wants to cut my f***ing hair.
Wow. Man, calm down.
I've established that this guy's taking some sort of substance. So that means I can outrun him. What? Jesus Christ. Bro, chill, please. No, shit. Dude, take it easy, man. What do you want? I'll give you whatever you want. I'll give you whatever you want. What the f does he want? Oh, shit. Guys, I have to run past him because my f***ing car is over there. I can't go through the jungle. I don't know what f***ing animals are waiting in there. Oh, shit. I'm gonna wait till he disappears. I don't know where he is. Okay, I gotta go through this building here. I think he went back that way. To my left. I gotta go through this building here. Because I gotta cut through this building and cut through the other building. I don't want to be out in the open in case he's out here. Okay, so here we go. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. Oh, shit! Oh, no, please, guy. Dude, what the fuck? Oh, shit.
Mo tried again to reason with him, tried to talk him down. But it was useless. The man's behavior was erratic, likely influenced by something making him unpredictable and far more dangerous. There was no negotiation, no understanding, only intent. At that point, Mo realized there was only one option left: escape.
He's fast. He's f***ing fast. I thought I was fast. Oh, f*** this. 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 Oh my god. Oh, okay. Where are my keys? Where are my keys? Fuck. Shit. just chill. Stop. Please stop, man. I don't want to run you over. I'll run you over if I have to. This guy. I'm out of here. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Let's get out of here.
His car was parked on the far side of the resort. To reach it, he had to move through a maze of dark, unstable structures, while avoiding someone actively trying to harm him. The chase resumed, relentless. The man moved faster than expected, closing distance with sudden bursts, forcing Mo to react instantly, again and again, just to stay out of reach. Until finally, after a terrifying run through the ruins, Mo made it to his car. But even then, safety didn't come instantly. The sense of danger lingered, like it had followed him all the way out. What makes this encounter so disturbing isn't just that he survived, it's how easily he might not have if he had slipped, hesitated, taken a wrong turn. Even for a second, the outcome could have been very different. Not dramatic, not loud, fast, brutal, final. Because in places like the Sandcastle Resort, nothing echoes for long. It disappears. From one perspective, this could be seen as a random act of violence, a desperate, unstable person defending territory. But random is often just a word we use when we don't want to look deeper. Abandoned structures like this have always been perfect environments for things to go unnoticed. No witnesses, no timelines, no immediate questions. If something had happened to Mo that night, if he had been lost within the collapsing concrete and endless corridors, it might have taken days, even weeks, before anyone realized. And by then, the environment itself would have already begun to erase the truth, which leads to a far more unsettling question. What if this wasn't the first time? This encounter comes from Brendan, the creator behind the channel Brendan Explores, known for documenting solo camping trips in remote locations, where isolation is part of the experience, and unpredictability is never far behind. His content often captures the balance between peaceful solitude and the quiet risks that come with being completely alone. But on March 29th, 2026, what was meant to be a routine solo camp in the Shropshire Hills slowly turned into something far more unsettling.
It was hard enough getting here, but I don't know if the reward is going to be what I imagined. The air is like soup, very moist. Just walking through this thick fog, I can feel the moisture on my face. No one else in the car park. We're all alone. So I think it's time. Let's get the curtains closed. I've got my coat on because it's so blooming cold in here. And I hope I'm going to be warm enough in that bed tonight. I do hope. It's, colder up in the hills. I think it's about 8 degrees in Shrewsbury. It's got to be touching 4 degrees here at the moment. As soon as the sun goes, as soon as the light goes, temperatures just drop drastically. There's only one thing missing from this camp. Well, there's a few things missing from this camp. Views, heat, and pudding. I could have done with some pudding tonight. Oh, but I've got my slippers on, keeping my feet warm. I've got my jacket on, which is just about keeping me warm in here. I'm shielded from the wind and whatever else is outside. But yeah, I feel alright, I feel okay.
From the very beginning, the conditions weren't in his favor. A thick fog rolled in, reducing visibility to almost nothing. The landscape lost all sense of depth and direction, becoming flat, empty, almost unreal. By nightfall, the isolation deepened, the temperature dropped, and with it came a growing sense that something wasn't right. What should have been a calm, uneventful night began to feel uncertain, as if something just out of sight was quietly shifting into place.
It sounded like teenagers laughing and giggling before. I was just about to get into bed. Flipping rave at Barry Ditches. Oh my god. I'm going to give it 10 minutes, and hopefully they're just smoking whatever and then just going to pee off. Thank God for that. They've gone. Oh, that was just going to turn an already bad night into an even worse night. The only thing that's been good tonight is the dinner, bar the pudding. But yeah, we're all alone now. I am so ready to get into this bed. I'm freezing, I'm cold, I'm a little bit hungry. I could have done with a pudding, and I'm tired. Right, let's get this bed set up. Oh, this brings back memories of car camping. Getting into bed with 3 flipping layers on. Oh. Anyway, I'm going to bid you a good evening on this somewhat disappointing camp, I guess.
As the hours passed, the silence inside the van didn't last. It was broken again and again by movement outside. Distant footsteps, faint voices, even what sounded like laughter, echoing through the fog, too close to ignore, but too unclear to understand. Eventually the noise faded. For a moment it seemed like whoever or whatever was out there had finally left. But the quiet didn't last. Not long after, the disturbance returned.
What the f*** was that? Where's the light? Right, I think they've just driven off. Where the hell are my keys? Right. Flipping midnight.
Movement circled back into the area, pulling that brief sense of calm straight back into uncertainty. Then, just after midnight, everything escalated. Without warning, a vehicle pulled up outside the van. Moments later, a sharp impact slammed into the side. Loud, sudden, intentional. Caught completely off guard, Brendan scrambled in the darkness, disoriented, trying to process what had just happened. But by the time he could react, the vehicle was already gone, speeding off into the night, leaving behind nothing but the echo of what had just taken place.
Oh my God. Have they done anything else? Just pelted eggs at the side of the van. This is one of those moments where I would just put the camera down and go home. I swear, when they first arrived, I'm pretty sure it's the same people that came back. Right, well away from Bury Ditches now. I've made a decision. I'm going home. I've had a night, to say the least. So yeah, I'm not going to be finding another.
And the realization that this was no longer a normal situation. It seemed likely that the group from earlier had returned, only this time with purpose. The same isolation that once made the location appealing had now become a serious vulnerability. No one else around, no way to call for immediate help, no way to predict what might happen next. Staying was no longer an option. There was no confrontation, no hesitation, just a clear decision. Leave. Within minutes, he was on the road, putting as much distance as possible between himself and whatever had just unfolded. A place chosen for peace and solitude had quickly become something else entirely. Because in remote environments like this, it doesn't take much. There's no need for anything extreme or obvious. Sometimes it starts small, a sound that doesn't belong, movement you can't quite place, a feeling that something is just off. And by the time you fully understand it, the situation has already changed. That's what makes isolation unpredictable. In the end, leaving wasn't about panic. It was about recognition, understanding the moment when control slips away and staying becomes the bigger risk. Because when you're truly alone, awareness isn't optional. It's the only thing standing between a quiet night and something that can turn without warning. And that's what lingers. Not just what was heard or seen, but how quickly the familiar can become something else entirely. This terrifying encounter comes from Ghost Theory, a channel run by seasoned explorers Joe and Elliot, known for investigating some of the world's most haunted and abandoned locations in search of paranormal activity. But on June 2nd, 2024, what began as another overnight exploration quickly spiraled into something far more dangerous. The two explorers traveled deep into the UK wilderness to investigate one of the country's most infamous abandoned mental asylums, a massive decaying structure left empty for more than 30 years. Hidden behind dense forest, the asylum carried a disturbing reputation tied to tragic deaths, unexplained incidents, and rumors of restless spirits still haunting its crumbling halls. After trekking through the surrounding woods, Joe and Elliot finally reached the towering abandoned building. Endless dark corridors, collapsing walls, and the suffocating silence inside immediately created an overwhelming sense of unease. Fearing parts of the unstable structure below could collapse at any moment, they decided the rooftop would be the safest place to set up camp for the night.
And everything, we thought it'd be best to go somewhere where there's quite a lot of ventilation, and where better than outside.
So we're going to the Holiday Inn just down the road.
Yeah. So basically, we are going to be camping on this lovely roof area.
Hang on. Right, theoretically. Fuck me. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be honest, since from the last time, we're not going to do much sleeping, are we?
Straight out the other side.
Yeah.
Let's turn up. We're builders.
Yeah.
Security with, this is my truncheon.
I mean,
is to investigate ourselves before we leave cameras in here, so then we know roughly, I guess, where we should be putting the cameras, because we don't have to change them around too many times.
No.
It's a bit of a pain in the arse, especially when you're half asleep.
No, you kind of want to find the areas that's going to cover like all rooms, corridors, and most open spaces.
But it's also finding the areas that have got the most going on. If we go somewhere and there's constantly activity or something there, you know, to leave a camera there. But we also haven't ever really had a good look around this building.
No.
So
just soaking in the atmosphere. Hello? Is anybody here that can hear us?
oh, the lift shaft. Look at that, just completely open. Oh.
There's a horrible smell.
Shit, Jack.
Did you hear that?
No.
Okay, listen.
That's people, isn't it? Good.
Once their gear was ready, the two began exploring the asylum, moving through forgotten hallways and abandoned rooms, searching for signs of paranormal activity. But as they pushed deeper into the building, they began hearing faint footsteps echoing through the corridors. At first, they dismissed the sounds as the building settling or their own imagination. Then everything changed. Loud banging suddenly erupted somewhere inside the asylum. Heavy footsteps thundered through the halls, while objects sounded like they were being violently thrown around in the darkness. The sounds felt far too physical and aggressive to ignore, It no longer felt like paranormal activity. It felt like someone else was inside the building with them. Joe and Elliot were familiar with encountering strangers in abandoned places. Squatters and trespassers are common in forgotten locations. But this situation felt different.
For fuck's sake. People are paranormal. People are paranormal. That was really weird though. It was like it was people, but then just went. But they're just throwing stuff around. Were they? They were like throwing things into the building and shit. Are they out there? I can't see them. I can hear them. Do you? Yeah, I don't like it. They were quite. Because it's not like people have just like come in. They've not come around chatting and stuff either. Yeah, there's just random things got thrown about. Yeah. From like multiple angles. I'm ashamed myself. What are the chances? As soon as we call out as well. Yeah, we...
The atmosphere inside the asylum had shifted completely, and both men sensed that whoever was nearby could be dangerous. Trying not to reveal their location, they shut off their lights and sat silently in complete darkness, listening as footsteps and distant crashes echoed through the building around them. After several tense minutes, they carefully moved deeper into another section of the asylum, hoping to finally identify whoever was making the noises. Then they saw them. Several figures appeared outside the asylum.
They're in army gear. There's two of them. Hang on. Guns and shit. Are they coloured guns? Hey? Are they coloured guns? No. Proper like black. They're proper rifles. Like they're stood like this. They're like this long. They're air rifles. You're fucking kidding. Like the proper pellet rifles. They're rifles. Like a sniper. He's got a full fucking helmet on and everything. That's illegal. But there's two of them sat down there where the entrance is. That's illegal though. Yeah. What do we do now? If they got fucking rifles, that's gonna hurt. Yeah. And it's illegal. Highly illegal. They're in full fucking army gear. And they're waiting for it to get dark. Yeah.
Get down!
I don't know what they're doing. There's quite a few of them. How many, roughly? I've seen 4. For fuck's sake. And they all have...
Joe captured footage of one of the men carrying multiple rifles, while Elliot realized there were at least 4 armed individuals moving around the property. The sight immediately alarmed them. Firearms are heavily restricted in the UK, making the presence of multiple armed men inside an abandoned asylum deeply unsettling. These were clearly not ordinary explorers or harmless trespassers. Whoever they were, they likely had access to illegal weapons and little concern for consequences. At that moment, the situation became potentially life-threatening. Joe and Elliot understood that one wrong move, One loud sound, or accidentally exposing their location, could put them directly in danger. Remaining calm, they quietly returned to their rooftop camp and stripped down unnecessary gear so they could escape quickly if needed. From there, they cautiously moved toward a higher part of the building, hoping to safely observe how the armed men would react. As the night continued, the two carefully searched sections of the asylum, scanning dark rooms and endless hallways. Yet no matter where they looked, they couldn't find anyone. They even shouted into the darkness, but received no response.
What's they got? Where the f*** are they gone? No idea. Really? Fuck was that? What the fuck? It's like a fucking machine gun. Hello? Is that a voice? Is that a fucking angle grinder? Just checked everywhere, those people are gone. And there's now an angle grinder. But if there's someone here, hey? But if there's someone here now. There's a voice, isn't it? Listen. It's like someone cutting a tree down outside. This is some horrible fucking shit. Very fucking loud. I don't know what the fuck to do. I do not know what the fuck to do. Is that outside? What? Is that outside? Shit, fuck.
The silence only made everything more disturbing. It felt as though whoever was inside the asylum was intentionally hiding from them. Just as they began to think the strangers had left, the noises suddenly returned, this time far louder and much closer. Heavy footsteps, violent crashes, and banging echoed rapidly throughout the building, surrounding them from multiple directions. The sounds grew increasingly aggressive, but no one ever revealed themselves. Despite using flashlights and making noise while moving through the asylum, whoever remained inside stayed hidden in the darkness. At several moments, Joe and Elliot even heard sounds resembling distant machine gun fire, echoing somewhere deeper within the building. Fear quickly took over, as they realized the situation could escalate at any second. Choosing survival over curiosity, the two slowly made their way through the dark corridors toward the exit. Their only focus now was escaping the asylum before whatever was happening became even more dangerous. Eventually, they found an opportunity to flee.
People turn up with guns. Whatever guns, whether they're airsoft, air rifles, whatever, I have no idea. And then whack out with some fucking angle grinders. But the thing is, he heard his name, whatever, so whatever, have you got the ladder? So they brought fucking ladders in and everything.
How did How?
I don't know.
Did they get past?
There are multiple ways into that building.
Yeah.
We must have literally walked around the outside when they came in the other side.
Okay.
We must have, it has to have done.
Abandoning parts of their gear and even their tent just to get out as fast as possible. As they escaped through the darkness, they noticed flashlights moving in the upper sections of the building, confirming someone was still inside, watching or moving through the asylum long after they had decided to leave. Even after making it out safely, the feeling of being observed never fully disappeared. What started as a simple overnight paranormal investigation had rapidly transformed into a terrifying and potentially deadly encounter. Had Joe and Elliot stayed longer or accidentally crossed paths with those armed individuals face to face, the outcome could have been far worse. In isolated places like that, a situation can turn dangerous within seconds. Jasco is a channel centered on eerie, horror-themed camping adventures. And on this particular night, the creator and his friend Chandler had rented a remote cabin deep in the Appalachian Mountains. They hadn't even finished unpacking when the spirit box started reacting on its own.
You know, I don't really know what's my goal tonight with this video. I guess it's more so just to see if I could stay the full night and what we can encounter, because northeast? Okay, I can definitely do that, I think. But I definitely want to see if maybe we can uncover some of the dark secrets of the Appalachia. What? Did that just say? Will was killed northeast.
The bad ones are coming.
The bad ones are coming. Dad? Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Bro, I'm hearing things. My spirit box just said Will was killed and the bad ones are coming.
Oh my God. Drug overdose.
Bro, there's... What the... Dude, there's scratching on the cabin right now.
Scratching on the cabin?
Do not stay.
It just said do not stay.
What is going on? Do not stay on the...
Oh my gosh.
The first phrases came through broken and chilling. Will is killed. The bad ones are coming. Do not stay. They had barely been there an hour, yet the device was already producing messages that cut their conversations short. They sat in silence, replaying the words, trying to rationalize them, until the quiet outside the cabin changed. It began with scratching on the outer wall, slow, deliberate sounds coming from a side of the cabin where no trees grew close enough to touch it. Later, while sitting by the campfire, they heard music drifting through the forest. It came from a direction with no visible lights, no road, nothing that should have carried sound like that.
Guys, that legit sounded like tapping on that window. I want to reiterate, the cabin is elevated because of the foundation, and there is no way that anyone's like tapping on that. There's no way, human at least, there's no way. That's so low, there's no way. There's no shot. I don't even want to look out there, honestly. I don't think it's worth it. Listen, I'm gonna keep the camera rolling, but don't even think it's worth waking him up. I'm just gonna relax.
Chandler. What the heck was that?
Hello? Someone just hit the door.
Here. Oh god.
No, you're fine. Hello? You heard that, right?
I did. It like shook.
Yeah, the whole cabin shook. I agree. Here, yo, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Use the light and just shine it. Just shine it. This thing's like in there good. Oh, bro. Why is this so hard to like unlock?
I don't know. I'm gonna put my shoes on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God. Okay.
3, 2.
Deep into the night, while Chandler slept, Jasko lay awake alone inside the cabin. That's when he heard it, tapping on the elevated window, high enough that no normal person could have reached it from the ground. Then the door began to shake. The entire cabin shuddered with it. Jasko woke Chandler immediately, and they stepped outside together into the cold darkness. Nothing was there. No footprints, no movement, no sign of anything that should have been able to reach that height or move that forcefully. Whatever had been outside had already gone. This encounter comes from Emmy, the creator behind the YouTube channel The Cat Lady Van, where she shares her experiences living on the road, documenting van life, camping trips, and the realities that come with it. On November 7th, 2025, however, something happened that left her deeply unsettled. Earlier that day, her usual parking spot had been blocked, forcing her to find an alternative nearby. At first, the backup location seemed manageable, but something about it felt off. It didn't carry the same sense of comfort or familiarity as her usual place. Trusting that instinct, Emmy decided not to stay. She ran her errands, picked up groceries, and then moved on to a second location for the night.
They blocked the area that we used to park that was all around there, really far from the actual store was right there. And yeah, they blocked the whole thing. Yesterday I was, in fact in my last video I told you guys, I'm gonna go sleep at Walmart, it's supposed to rain a lot and maybe windy and all this. And I arrived, I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not gonna sleep at Walmart. So I just slept on like 3 parking lots a little bit further. I saw a bunch of people squatting-ish, some of them in that area. And I was like, alright, if they get away with it, I can get away probably for one night. So that's what I did. I slept good. Yeah, so another Walmart that closed on us. Why? I don't know. It was pretty good because it was really tucked away, and yeah, so no Walmart anymore. And this morning I need to do a grocery, and usually when I sleep at Walmart I just kindly go do a grocery, do all my stuff at Walmart because I'm right there. So what's the point of moving? And you know, they're kind enough to let us sleep there. So but because I really need like fruit and vegetable, we're gonna go to another grocery. It's not that I'm mad at them, but I'm sure they have a reason. But yeah, I'm gonna go to another spot. So we're gonna go to the No Name.
This time, everything looked right. The spot was quiet, tucked away, and far from any noticeable activity. It felt like the kind of place where nothing would happen. As she parked, the wind moved softly through the trees, and light rain tapped gently against the roof of the van. The atmosphere felt calm, almost peaceful. For a while, it was. But sometime in the middle of the night, that calm shattered.
Alright guys, that's someone banging on my van pretty loud. I'm not sure if he did any damage, to be quite honest. I don't know if he banged with a piece of wood. He banged on another van too. I'm gonna move. So just to explain a little bit the situation, so a man who was just walking the street banged on my van, and the van behind me was a camper van, and we ended up following each other for a little bit just down the road. I went outside to make sure that the person was alright, nothing was damaged on their van. So it's so funny, the other lady is a subscriber. I didn't know who was a lady, and I didn't know she was a subscriber, so we just talked. She said she's alright, she just wanna leave the area just in case that he's coming back. So we're gonna drive together to another spot. We're just gonna go at the rest area a little bit further down the road. I mean, we're leaving the town to be honest. It's just gonna be she said that happened another time to her, and the last time the guy went in the wood and he was banging on the van like quite a lot, and he said something around like, I'm gonna destroy your van. So she's like, oh, this is the time to him. Like,
Unexplained noises jolted Emmy awake. Her heart started racing as the stillness outside shifted into something tense and unfamiliar. Every small sound suddenly felt amplified. Then, around midnight, the situation escalated. Without warning, a man appeared outside her van, banging aggressively on the door, loud, repetitive, violent. At the same time, the van parked behind her became a target as well. The same man shouting, yelling threats into the darkness, claiming he was going to destroy both vehicles as he continued slamming into them. The noise echoed through the night, turning what had been a quiet, hidden spot into something chaotic and unpredictable. For several long minutes, it didn't stop. Then, just as suddenly as it began, it ended. The man walked away. Silence returned, but it wasn't the same silence as before. Once things seemed clear, Emmy carefully stepped outside to check on the other van. That's when she realized the person inside wasn't a stranger. It was one of her own subscribers. Neither of them wanted to take the risk of staying. If the man came back, there was no way to predict what he might do next. So, without hesitation, they both made the decision to leave immediately. The man had appeared to be under the influence, his behavior erratic, aggressive, and completely unpredictable. At the time, Emmy believed he had only been hitting the van with his hands. But the next morning told a different story. There was visible damage to her vehicle. Whatever he had used, it wasn't just his fists. It was something solid, something forceful, and it confirmed just how dangerous the situation really was. What began as a simple change of parking spot had quickly turned into something far more serious. A reminder that even the quietest places can shift without warning, and that sometimes the smallest decisions, like where you choose to park for the night, can make all the difference. In October, Lomar and his dog Kia ventured deep into the Canadian wilderness in search of the forgotten grave of Catherine McIntosh, a young girl who had been buried alone in the mountains since 1889. Surrounded by nothing but endless forest, the isolated headstones carried an eerie presence that immediately unsettled the atmosphere.
Welcome back to a brand new haunted campo, a familiar spot, but a brand new spot for those of you guys who are new now. So I'm gonna put a verbal warning for you guys right now. This is gonna get insanely disturbing. This is a spot where I've had negative encounters here, and there's a few reasons why that stuff does happen. It's not only me, it's a lot of people who come to paranormal investigate up here. I'm gonna explain why in a second, but we just got here. To me, this is one of Canada's top 3 most haunted locations, and we just pulled up right now. For those of you guys who are new to the channel and have never seen this before, this is one of a kind, man. This is a one of a kind spot, and you don't find this at all very often. Now this is almost sad but creepy at the same time, and yeah, she just sits here in the middle of nowhere. I feel like I'm being watched already, man. Like, I actually feel like I'm being watched. It's me again. I'm not too sure if you remember me, but I've been here a few times. And just want to talk to you, see how you're doing. Daughter of Robert McIntosh, died April 23rd, 1889, aged 8 years old. Look at this. Suffer little children and forbid them not to come unto me, for of such is the kingdom of heaven. Well, Catherine, we're gonna be down the road, okay? I know you recognize me, you've seen me before, but we're gonna go that way, a little bit down further, all right? As you know, we stick around the area, we sometimes go that way and around, but you're more than welcome to join me and my dog. I don't know if you like dogs, but feel free to come join us, try and communicate with us, and don't let that entity hold you back from talking, okay? You're safe with us.
Curious and unaware of what might be listening, Lomar invited the spirit to follow them as they climbed farther into the mountains. But hidden somewhere within the darkness, something appeared to already be watching. Without warning, the forest went completely silent.
Okay, this is a first. She's actually shaking. You okay, Akia? You okay, baby? You're a good girl. Daddy loves you, okay? She's shaking right now, though. It's kind of creepy because I don't hear any bugs. No insects, no nothing. No crickets.
Nightmare.
Officially in the dark is night. There is a vibe up here that is not nice. It's demonic. It feels like something's gonna attack me at any given moment.
Suffering.
Hello? She keeps looking to her left. What's up, Key? You okay?
James.
What the f is this feeling? Yo, it actually feels like demonic. I'm starting to get worried. Whatever is around me is demonic. It's dark. It's like, look at what she's doing right now.
Kia suddenly began trembling, her eyes locked on the tree line, as if she could see something moving between the shadows. At the same time, Lomar was struck by a sharp, crushing pain in his head, a sudden wave of pressure that left him dizzy and struggling to stay focused. Panicked, he rushed back toward the car. The narrow mountain road felt suffocating, as though the forest itself was trying to trap them inside. As they drove past the grave to escape, the night vision camera violently flickered. Then, an unnatural screech ripped through the darkness, loud enough to shake the entire vehicle.
I know, baby. I know, baby, I know. Something's going on with our camera, and we gotta get the f out of here. It's sketchy because her grave is right up there, and I feel an entity exactly where Key is looking. What's going on, Key? Holy okay, Key, I think it's time. We gotta call it, baby. Come on, in you go. In you go. Up. Yeah, that's not sketchy at all, right? What the fuck? Whoa! Whoa! Oh! Key, I know. Baby. I know you're a good girl. What the hell was that? Holy what the Okay. I honestly don't want to get out. I really don't want to get out right now. But what the hell was that? What is going on?
Moments later, everything went black. When the camera finally rebooted, it captured a terrifying scene. Lomar was slumped over in the driver's seat, slowly regaining consciousness as if something had physically knocked him out. Realizing whatever haunted that mountain was still nearby, he immediately sped out of the wilderness as fast as the car could carry them. YouTuber Thomas Locke of Dark Exploration Films drove deep toward the Appalachian Mountains, aiming for a skeletal fire tower that had been abandoned since the 1970s. As night swallowed the forest, he began the steep ascent alone. The woods were pitch black, and every crunch of dry leaves underfoot sounded too loud, too close. He tried to stay focused, but the thought of rattlesnakes and bears lingered at the edge of his mind, until his own growing paranoia drowned everything else out. When he finally reached the tower, he climbed its rotting stairs up into the wind. At the top, the structure shuddered violently.
Is rattlesnakes, because rattlesnakes, I think, they like to come out when it's nighttime and they blend in with the trail. And I've had instances while hiking where I came across rattlesnakes and you could hear them before you see them and your brain knows automatically what they are. But we have about 4 miles uphill, trying to make the most out of the daylight I do have here, because I'm gonna get kind of scared once it gets completely dark around me. But we have some time to get used to our surroundings, I guess. I could hear it squeaking in the wind. Alright, we're gonna go up on top of it and test it out. Looks like somebody left a fire pit too. Fires are illegal here though, so I'm not gonna be utilizing this fire pit. I'm just gonna put on some of my more protective clothes for the warmth, and just in case I fall off this thing, I have a little bit of armor. Oh no! It looks like it's locked up tight. Just kidding. There's an entire hole in the fence here. Wow. These stairs already look like they're kind of sideways.
thin sheets of metal rattling as gusts slammed into it, making it groan over the empty drop below. He lay down on the worn plywood floor, waiting for the wind to settle, listening to the tower creak as if it might give way at any moment. But he didn't stay long enough to enjoy the view. Gathering his gear, he made his way back down the trembling ladder, each step a reminder of how unstable the structure was, until he finally reached solid ground again. Signs and Signals is a ghost hunting channel known for visiting places most people would avoid. Abandoned buildings, dense forests, and locations with histories that seem to linger long after the past has passed. But on this night, there was no planned investigation, no elaborate setup. They were simply driving out to visit a grave, Buck's grave, camera rolling out of habit, just in case something worth keeping happened along the way. They weren't expecting anything unusual. That changed quickly as they eased the car forward, moving slowly and cautiously along the dark road. Something shifted in the tree line, a faint movement, subtle, but enough to make them stop.
Battery's getting low. What is that? Dale, what the f***, dude? I'm zooming in, I can't. Dale, what the f***? What the f*** are you supposed to do? Ain't nobody supposed to be out here? Oh, sh**. That just walked in the woods. Where's the headlamp at? The headlamp should be right there. Like he didn't, like he stopped. Did he turn off the light? Can you see in there?
No, I can't see.
I'm zoomed in. I can't hardly see.
Don't zoom in. Don't zoom in. Don't zoom in. It ain't gonna help. It ain't gonna help.
What the f***? No one's supposed to be out here. What the f*** was that dude doing?
What do you mean he turned the headset off?
There's no light. Like, I saw him walk into the woods right around there, and then the light that was on his fucking head is gone. It's not there.
Dude, he could be up in that right there right now.
I can't see shit. I'm not rolling down this window. I don't see any light. What the f*** did we just walk in?
The engine idled as they sat in silence, trying to understand what they were seeing just beyond the headlights. Then, without warning, something broke from the darkness and rushed straight toward them. A figure slammed against the side window of the car. That was enough. Instinct took over. They floored it, headlights slicing through the night as they sped away, putting as much distance as possible between themselves and that stretch of road.
No, look up in there.
Did we go past it?
No, it was right in here. Up in there.
Oh, there's light. Is that him laying on the ground? No, he threw the light on the ground. He threw that damn light on the ground.
Where's the light?
How did you open down the window, dude? You can't.
Are you serious right now, Dale?
You can't see it. I thought I heard something. That light's just sitting there. He threw it down.
Hold on.
What's that?
Hold on. You might need help. Hello?
You need help? Dad, the motherfucker don't need help. What did he have down here? He threw something on the ground. What the f*** are you doing?
The content play.
What the f*** are you talking about? The content play. David, what the hell are you doing?
Hello?
I already tried that. He don't want none.
I'm trying to hear.
You dumb motherfucker. Okay, come on.
Maybe I should go get the light.
Go get the light? Dude, I can't be moving around. You know this. You go out there and then some...
We're just going to leave and just pretend like this didn't happen?
Oh, it happened, and we have no business being a part of it. Let's go. This is some dumb shit. This ain't even what we're supposed to be here for.
Dude, I couldn't hear or see anything out there. It's so pitch black.
Damn. Dude, go!
What actually happened out there is unclear. It could have been a lost or distressed person, someone trying to scare passing strangers, or something entirely mundane misread in the panic of the moment. There's even the possibility it was staged, but if it was, the reaction was convincing enough to leave doubt. Either way, one thing is hard to dismiss: encountering a figure in the pitch-black woods, watching it disappear into the tree line, only to reappear at your window a moment later, is the kind of experience that doesn't fade easily. Exploring with Bear is a channel built around unsettling camping adventures, cryptid hunts, and investigations into confirmed paranormal locations. On this solo night, the creator ventured deep into the Appalachian foothills, heading toward Gretchen's Lock, a flooded canal tied to a grim local legend of a young girl allegedly entombed there in the 1800s, with reports of blood-curdling screams echoing from the water for over a century. Standing at the water's edge, he calls out into the darkness when, suddenly, a large boulder is hurled from the shadows and crashes violently into the deepest part of the canal just feet beside him.
Holy smokes, man, I got the chills. That was just a huge rock hurled into the water. Hello? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What in the world, man? That was a big rock just hurled into the water. I don't think I want to whoop no more. Not gonna lie. That felt a little aggressive. Man, I gotta break out a bigger light. Hold on. I know you guys heard that. That was a huge boulder. It was just launched right by us. I can't believe that flashlight died that fast. We just got here. I just started using it right here. That was a scream. I just heard a distant, like, high-pitched sort of scream. But not a scream, not a person scream. It was a high-pitched squeak. Whoa, my hearing just went weird. Man. Oh man, screw it, you know what? Okay, I gotta tell you guys, I was just about to get out the thermal camera. But I really don't feel safe right now. This is very scary. That was very big and thrown. That was for sure something thrown in there. 100%. Man, and I just don't feel safe.
Before he can process it, his flashlight dies. Despite being fully charged only moments earlier, the sudden darkness is total, with only the faint reflection of water beside him. Then comes a sound, a high-pitched noise echoing through the lock, somewhere between a scream and a squeal, followed by a low, sustained hum that seems to travel through the stone itself, slowly moving closer toward him. He doesn't wait to investigate further. The thermal camera is left behind, the questions are abandoned, and he retreats immediately into the darkness, leaving the canal and whatever was beneath it behind. From the YouTube channel Explore With Me, Marlo C. shares a story that begins like any other peaceful adventure, but ends in a way she'll never forget. Marlo is no stranger to solitude. An experienced outdoors woman, she's known for venturing deep into the wilderness, exploring forgotten trails, and testing her camping gear far from civilization. But this particular trip broke that pattern. It was a gray, rain-soaked day when she set out on another solo camping journey. The forest was blanketed in fog, the steady drizzle softening every sound. It was quiet, almost too quiet. After a long hike, she found what seemed like the perfect clearing. Flat ground, tall trees surrounding her, and just enough open space for her tent.
Any guy lines, so after we get it set up, we're gonna have to attach all the guy lines. This ought to be fun. It's not like a pouring thunderstorm rain like it was earlier, but it's still raining.
She set up camp, shaking the rain from her jacket, unaware that the peaceful day ahead was about to unravel.
I do have the tent up, and I'll turn this around and show you a little bit more detail, but it didn't come with guy lines. And since it's raining, I don't even know if I'm going to put them on or if it's needed right now. So I'm going to leave it without guy lines. And there's a reason for that. I was going to do it, but now I'm not going to, because I want to make another video regarding guy lines, and it has something to do with my other tent, this tent, and we'll get into that in another video. But it's not really windy at all. It's just a light rain right at the moment. So.
As dusk settled, Marlo brewed a cup of tea and listened to the gentle tapping of rain against her tent. The forest felt still, alive in its own quiet rhythm. But when night came, the serenity changed.
I just want to say goodnight. It's coming up on 11 o'clock. As you can see, I have a mosquito, one mosquito flying around in this tent. I'm going to get him. So anyways, I am going to get some sleep, hopefully, as soon as I get this mosquito. I'll see you in the morning. Good night, guys. I thought I heard like footsteps or something. I've had an uneasy feeling all night. Hello? You ever get that uneasy feeling and you don't know why? I mean, I feel like I'm in like a safe area, but I don't know. I don't know, maybe we should just take a walk or something and check it out. I've never bailed on a camp. I mean, it's crossing my mind, but I've never bailed on a camp, whether it was a regular camp, a stealth camp, or a wild camp, so. Oh man, I don't feel like getting out. Let me get my boots on. Oops, I got on stroll. How the f get that off there? Jeez. Hello? You just ever get that feeling that you're being watched? And I don't mean by like, you know, animals or wildlife or anything like that, but you just get that eerie feeling. Yeah, well, that's the feeling I'm getting. And I could have sworn I heard, like, you know that when like a branch sort of breaks from like a footstep?
The mist thickened, the air grew dense, and the silence turned unnerving. No birds, no rustling, no distant sounds of life, just stillness. Then came the feeling, the unmistakable sensation of being watched. It crept in slowly, then consumed her thoughts entirely. Trusting her instincts, Marlo began to pack up her gear, her flashlight trembling slightly as she worked. Her breathing grew uneven. On camera, her voice shook as she explained that this was the first time she'd ever broken camp in the middle of the night. She mentioned hearing footsteps circling nearby, and seeing a pair of glowing eyes reflecting in the dark.
Especially a wet one. And, oh boy. Yeah, I don't know, you know. I've never bailed a camp. Sorry, I'm just like wiping my face. I've never bailed a camp, but I've just got that like negative energy feel or vibe or whatever it is, and I could have sworn I heard like a crunch of a footstep, or it's just eye shine from an animal right back there. But yeah, so I wonder if you can almost hear my heartbeat. Listen. I don't know if you could even hear that. I don't know why I did that, but my heart is just beating out of my chest.
For someone as seasoned and composed as Marlo, that fear spoke volumes. Whatever was out there, human or not, had frightened her enough to abandon her fire, her tent, and the safety of her plan. And that's what makes her story so haunting. Because in the wilderness, no matter how experienced you are, logic can fail you, but instinct, that primal whisper that tells you to run, might just save your life.